Hello. I think we're live. I think we're live. I look massively overexposed. So we're going to do that. That looks a bit... Come on. Much better. Am I still weirdly choppy? I'll watch the stream for a couple seconds. No. All appears to be as it should be. Cool. Okay, so I'm back after the unmitigated disaster that was yesterday, or not yesterday, Tuesday? Tuesday, I think it was. What I am going to do is turn on performance mode. I said performance mode. There we go. Yeah, after the mess that was the other day, where sound didn't work and I was muted for half of it. Really fucked with my my mood and my confidence and all that malarkey. We're back today doing something a bit more my speed. We're assembling minis. For now, we are assembling this chap. I don't know if that's showing up because I can't see my screen right now, and the stream's on a 30-second delay. But if you couldn't see that, that's the Tau Empire Ghost Keel. Yeah. I got a start on it yesterday. Got the legs mostly assembled. The feet seem a bit wiggly though, so did I not? No, I think they're glued in nicely. Yeah, peek on that. We are just gonna sit here and chat for the next, I don't know, I'll aim for 2 hours. The idea in my head when I started doing this year was 250 minutes a week in Pride to raise 250 minutes to raise 250 minutes a week in Pride to raise £250 for Switchboard. But I don't know if I'm going to do that this week anyway. I guess the week's not over yet. There's always tomorrow. I've got plenty more hobbying to do, which is fine. But yeah, it's easy to get down on yourself. So I'm gonna try not to do that. Anyway, There are 2 people watching right now, apparently. I know one of them's me. Hello to that other person. I am going to, first off, get the sprues that I need. That's not the sprue that I need. See if I can push this a little bit further back. There we go. There we go. I think that's a relatively good setup for me. Phone's on 74%, so I can keep up with chat without straining to look at the laptop screen chat. I'm gonna do... No, I'm not gonna do that. That's corny as shit. Yeah. So, what we're gonna do, we are going to finish working on the legs. In fact, before that, I am going to manually, instead of using the OBS thing, I'm just going to use this little toggle switch. So there's going to be a pop. It's going to be unpleasant. But apparently when I use the electronic OBS switch, I forget to turn it back off. So. And sound seems good, though there is a lot of noise outside. So I'm using a directional mic. I don't know if it's going to appear too much. I'll check in a couple minutes. / if anyone wants to say if you can hear the background noise, that would also be useful. But yeah. Build a big robot. I also have the Noble team that I keep meaning to assemble as well. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get this lad on his base before I go any further. You can go there. Give my glue a little bit of a shake because it's getting to the end of its life. So it needs to... It's much harder to get anything on the applicator now. And I think one of my hairs has got into the pot as well. So that's fun. There we go. So, to the other person watching live and anyone who might be watching this back, what are people working on? Any? Yeah, that's a hair. If I can get it. You know, I'm prepping for Armageddon. The box, not the end of the world. Though, hey, with the state of things lately, I wouldn't be. If you told me you were preparing for the end of the world, I wouldn't be too surprised. I'll be honest. Yeah. There we go. With that, we can just hold this guy down to his base for a few seconds while the glue does its thing. Yeah. I mean, in slightly unfortunate news, John Blanche died. I've just realised something. Have I? I just realised. Have I? No, I haven't. In slightly unfortunate news, found out last night, yesterday, that the ever incredible John Blanche passed away, which I'm sure is sad news to everyone in this wonderful, wonderful hobby. Just a whole. He helped create the whole vibe of this game that we all love, and that's something that the world isn't gonna get back, you know. So obviously, my thoughts are with friends and family. Yeah, can't have been easier. Like he wasn't a young chap by any means, so like he lived an incredible life, but that doesn't make it any easier. Yeah, sad one that. So at some point, I will pick up the John Blanche paints. Maybe have a crack at his art style. Paint one of his minis in his style, in his honor. Or just, I don't know, maybe not even that. Just do what I'm doing now. Do it in my own way, in my own style. Just be me. I think he'd appreciate that just as much. Oh, why won't you glue down, you giant foot? Yeah. If anyone happens to stumble on this stream, hello. It is wonderful to have you here. I talk about tabletop games and assemble minis. Mostly assemble minis. Assemble more than paint, because I do not get on with painting. I want to, but it's just a bit of the hobby that I've never gelled with, in part because I'm blind. Yeah. This whole YouTube thing is something. Oh, fuck you. Great robotic prick. Oh, come on, you giant robot wanker. Just gonna keep creating this plastic weld on his sodding toe until it sticks. Annoying thing with performance mode is I can't see audio levels. I know my levels are good, but I don't know how much is bleeding through from the outside. More than I intended, but hey ho. Maybe that'll make it stick more. There we go. Let's see if I can get this fucking thing into the back of the foot. Is that shine or is it? No, it hasn't lifted up again, has it? No, it hasn't lifted up again. Good. I will also do the same on the foot I neglected. Just there we go. What I'll do now, I think, is I'll let that dry. Let that do its thing. And then I'll work on what are the next steps. I guess I could work on the shins. Not the shins. Thigh armor. I want 55, 57, 49 and 47. There. I was about to say, where did I put my snips? I mean, they were here somewhere. Can't have put them far. So that's 57. And it was 57. I know that much. And 55. Got it. And like that, the sun's fucked off. 57 and 55. 52, 58, 56. That's 49, so we know where that goes to the other leg. Perchance is it on the other sprue? I do not believe so. That's annoying. Where is it? I'm looking at 57 and 55. That's a Star Wars head. Can't be. I don't think I've snipped that bit out yet. 55. Okay. Well, apparently I have snipped that out without realizing it. That or it's come loose on the sprue. Or I'm an idiot. It is, in fact, the second one. I am, in fact, an idiot. A nincompoop. A boob. A buffoon. A cretin. A gobshite. A dithering meathead. Gallivanting shit, fucking other things. Ooh, the weather is weathering again. Alright. Yarp. And that was Sam. Off to see things. Can't remember what they said they were going to see now. Which is bad. It'll come to me, I'm sure. When I'm not focusing on detailed bits and B, not slicing my fingers. I'm sure this makes people uncomfortable. Rest assured, I have been in this hobby for 20 years nearly, and I only have half a dozen scars on my fingers. I'm not sure that's an exaggeration either. I genuinely might have half a dozen scars on my fingers because of this fucking hobby. Though, saying that, I think half a dozen's not bad. Not bad for a cack-handed blind person, I don't think. Could be worse. Could be a lot worse. I could have completely removed fingers. Let's count them. Wish I had an overhead camera now. So that's one on my thumb. 2 and 3 on that finger. 4 on my middle finger. Small one on the joint of that finger. Nothing on this one, thankfully. Five scars, I think. So, We're 48 hours away, less than, from the pre-order of Armageddon. Who's buying it? Who's not? I am buying it. I have a Space Wolves army. Sam, who just left, has an Orcs army. I'll be giving the Orc half of Armageddon to them because, yeah, their army is. It wouldn't be right to say it looks rough. It's just weird. It's just a weird, mismatched collection. Mostly because it's all gifts. Like, literally all of it is gifts. I don't think that they've bought a single thing. Like, the Stumper was... Yeah, everything was a gift. For either birthday or Christmas. That wasn't even a thing to scrape off. That was just a bit of fluff. And then... But that doesn't look right. If anything, that looks fucking ugly. It is right, though. I'm really not sure how that looks, personally. And neither is it, apparently. It's not sticking bright. Okay. Give the glue a good shake. I said a good shake. How much is left of this stuff? Not much. Not as much as I would like. No, I can't get the fucking lid off. Words are hard. Don't know that I've not slept. There we go. Bring back in our bit of leggy armor, I guess. And just to be sure, I'm gonna go around it a little bit. There we go. That should dry. I think The second bit of armor is, yeah, it doesn't need anything. Snip, snip, snip. Snip. Okay. Sure. There we go. Cool. Let's lather up the brush again. Get this bit just covered in glue. There's one thigh. Keep wanting to call it a shin guard because it's... I don't know why. Because it's clearly not the fucking shin. Blow the dust out. Sorry if that's just dawned on me that that's probably really unpleasant to hear. Me blowing into a microphone. Horrible fucking noise that is normally, isn't it? this coming together. Happy with that. Now we can start working on the torso. 83, no we can't. There's other bits. I just realised. 26 and 24. Also, I do kind of like the up armored feel though. So I do realise there's also a extra plate to place over the leg. Well, there's 24 already. That's nice. Bottom corner. So it does go that way. It runs in line with the paneling. Okay. I might need to replace my blade, I think. I don't think it's cutting quite as well as it did previously. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Don't think it was on that sprue, nope. There it is. Very briefly had the feeling that I was muted for some reason. There's that. And it goes... like that. Or like the other way. Okay, cool. Ugh. There we go. Should have done that from the start of the stream. There we go. If anyone at all is able to do so, either scan the QR code in the corner of the screen. There's a link in the description of the stream and in the pinned comment, in the pinned message in the chat, and once it goes to VOD, I'll also add a pinned comment. You know what I mean. Obviously, not everyone is able to donate. I understand that. Even I won't be able to throw money at anything for a couple of days yet, so I'm fully understanding. If you aren't able to support financially, just do the next best thing. Like the stream, share it with a friend, tell people we're here. Because I do want to make this an annual tradition where I raise money for fantastic charities So yeah, last year was fun. Last year was a lot of fun. We raised £230 for Switchboard last year, which is frankly fucking incredible. So it's that bit down. Okay, cool. I would love to do that again this year. That bus needs to get its brakes checked by the sounds of things. That is the lower half of our Riptide assembled. For size comparison, next to a broadside, next to a crisis battle suit, next to a heroic scale 28mm miniature. If I can get that without my finger getting in the way. Yeah, big fan of that. Cool. We are an hour and 6 minutes. Obviously, I was in the starting soon screen for about 10 minutes. So I think we'll go another hour. What I will do, I think I can get the I think we can clear this sprue in that time. So what do we need? 87, 83, 77. I'll just go for those for now. Could have figured that out mostly for myself, as they are quite chunky bits. That one. That one. And that one. What's my phone looking at? Okay, cool. Wanted to check that my phone was on good battery. Kind of wild that the all that detail so far back when once it gets primed, no one's going to see it. But hey ho. Them's the brakes. Is that a saying? Am I mixing idioms? I feel like that's a thing. But I'm also not unconvinced that I'm mixing two different sayings and creating something a little bit weird, which, to be fair, is me mixing things up and making things a little bit weird. That is often what I strive for, especially on this channel, youtube.com/readyaimroll, where you're at right now. Hello, if you've never set foot here before. We do tabletop games, mostly wargaming, but also card games, tabletop role-playing games, like to look at the weird stuff. Obviously, we're looking at Warhammer right now, and that's the big fish, the huge fucking thing. But that's not all we do. In the past, we have looked at stuff like Morkborg, Forbidden Psalm, some weird indie things. What else have I made videos on over the years? The TTRPGs for Goblin Slayer, and Konosuba. Yeah, interesting, eclectic mix of things. So yeah, pull up a chair, grab a beverage. Make yourself at home. Don't be a prick. That's my one main rule. Don't be a prick. If you are hateful to another person, I have a no tolerance for intolerance policy. If you are a bigot, if you are homophobic, transphobic, sexist, racist, you know where the fucking door is. Find it and use it before I push you through it. And there is some individual revving their engine like they are some big shot meathead outside. My friend, you are on a road somewhere in London. You ain't all that. Not Greater London, not Central London either. You're out in the fucking boroughs. You're not, you know, impressing the Queen or King. You're just a twat. Gormless, boneheaded fuck knuckle. 71, 72, and 70. That's 70. I think this covers part of his back. Then it goes the other way around. Yes, it goes the other way around. There we go. I can do the thinking. I'm smart, mostly. Anyone had any fun weather lately? It's where I am. We had some fantastic storms roll through the other day. Got done streaming this. Bit bummed that I'd been muted for the last 25 to 30 minutes. That really did my head in. Demoralizing. Like, I only stream when I'm doing fundraising stuff. For the most part. So knowing that half of that time was just just me talking to myself was not great. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna chill out for a bit. And just as I settled down, we had some really nice rumbles of thunder for a good, I want to say half an hour to maybe even an hour. It's really nice. Loved it. I did. Ended up. I was like, ooh, this is lovely. I'll have a nap to this. I ended up falling asleep and waking up almost 12 hours later. I was just, you know, a bit sorry for myself. Woke up and went, oh shit, I've slept more than I intended. So we want. It is 72 we want. Ooh, yes. So. Never a dull moment. Always something going on outside the window. I genuinely think you could play a drinking game with Ready and Roll videos. Anytime you hear a siren, take a drink. Anytime you hear like loud shouting, take a drink. Technical difficulties / technical ineptitude. Take a drink. I guess a periodic reminder. This, as the title and thumbnail suggest, is a charity stream. I am trying, strong emphasis on trying, to raise £250 for Switchboard, a wonderful charity / helpline for LGBTQIA plus folks in the United Kingdom. Open from 10 a.m. till 10 p.m. every single day. From mental health support to just general life advice as a queer or even just questioning person. Because we are all on this journey together. And if you need a guiding word, there's always someone there. And I mean that. There's always someone there. May not always feel like it. Some days you'll wake up. I know this from experience. I'm already feeling my eyes sting thinking about it. Some days you wake up and you're just like, what's the fucking point? And those days, they come and they go. Sometimes, even though you know there's a point, even though you know that life, you know, even though you know you have people in your life who are incredible, sometimes you wake up and you still just feel like crap. You just wake up and you just question what the fuck you're doing breathing this air when other people other incredible fucking people that this world will never understand and never know don't. But yeah, no. There are people there to talk to who will listen. So yeah, that's what we're raising money for. For incredible people they have Switchboard have. If you don't want to talk to someone on the phone, they have a web chat system. So if you just, you don't even have the energy, I guess, to speak about the problems that are bugging you, just head on to their website. You know. Yeah. Yeah. There's a reason why. There's a reason why I sign off everything I do on this channel with take care of yourself, take care of each other. Because I don't think we do that enough on this planet. Maybe we did once. But we sure as shit don't anymore. And I want that to change. And that's why I do this. I don't expect to, change the world. I just want to make someone smile. Or if they don't feel like they can smile today, to make them feel noticed. 84. 84. Yeah. Sorry, that got a bit heavy, but we live in unfortunately heavy times. And the shit that Switchboard does means everything. Well, not everything, that's a bit hyperbolic, I think. The things Switchboard do mean a lot to me. I think I can at least say that much. Oh, I see. I see what you're doing, you sneaky little bit of plastic. I see what you're doing there. Get rid of nubs. What are you? No, hour and a half. So, I said earlier that I wanted to stream for 250 minutes to raise £250. 250 minutes is 4.1 something 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 hours. Which means if I get to 2 hours today, I will endeavour to either stream 2 hours tomorrow, 2 hours Saturday, or 2 hours or 2 hours on Sunday. I will get there somehow. Will that equate to funds donated? I do not know. I honestly cannot say. We are a small channel with a very small voice. But I will do what I can with that voice. If we only raise £30 this year, sure, we will be £200 short of what we did last year and £220 short of our target, our goal. But that will be still £30 raised for an incredible cause to help incredible people. And that is what matters. I might mix it up this year as well, actually. I know the Just Giving page says painting streams, but there's a bit of me that wants to do some other bits as well. Like, I love hobbying, and some of my best hobby motivation comes from stuff like this. Otherwise, it's hobbying with people. But also, like, I would love to play some old 40k games. I know what that bit is. I'd love to play some old 40k games. I'd love to play through Fire Warrior. I have not played through Fire Warrior since I was about 15? Not even that. So getting to play through Fire Warrior, I think, would be a lot of fun. I don't know if I would do that as a stretch goal of sorts. Um, I don't trust that at all. I'm just gonna... file it down. There we go. I have so many plastic shavings on my phone now. Ugh. Nope, not want it. That's the torso. We've finished the legs and the torso today. Okay, no we haven't. I am jumping the gun. So I am building this all in the hopes of going to one of the last 10th edition tournaments in my area. But I'm not sure if I'm going to get there now at this point. This is quite slow progress. Life kicked me in the ass a little bit for a couple weeks, as I often want to do. Oh. $82.79. I had hoped to get more of this box assembled at the very least. Two and 79. Three. 79. I see what we're doing. I see what we're doing. Ooh. I see that chat moving. Hello, good afternoon. How are you doing? I hope all is well on this fine afternoon. It's not raining at least, so I think it's fine. Just check I'm not bloody muted. Again. 81. There we go. Then what do we do? I see. Oh my gosh, my hair is getting in the way. Glorious old back of the blade trick. Love it, love it, love it. Don't need a mold line remover when you've got the back of a hobby knife or scalpel. Raining non-stop. It's been fairly rainy the last couple days, but after the fairly relentless heat wave that we had for almost an entire week last week, I have no problem with it. Tuesday evening we had a really nice thunderstorm, which was really nice. As for what we are making a Tau broadside battlesuit, not broadside, riptide. Still getting used to all of the words. I'm also very much sleep deprived. But I have a tournament at the weekend that I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all of this assembled in time for. But it's all progress towards my goal of getting 1,000 points of this Tau army assembled and painted to a tabletop standard by Christmas. Or, if I don't, I sell it and give the money I make to charity. So, either way, someone gets a cool army out of it. Hopefully it's me, but that just means I need to pull my finger out if I want to get this done. Because I do not have a very good track record of painting miniatures, like at all. Yeah. I shall check for you. That is... Thank you. Thank you so much. £30 is, especially nowadays, 30 quid is a lot. I was, about 20, 30 minutes ago getting a bit emotional about how, even if we only raise 30 quid, that's still a lot of money. 30 quid, that's some people's weekly food shop. Yeah, so the fact that you're able to spare that is incredible. Thank you. Yeah. Like, this is a charity that means so much to me. Means a lot to the people I know, the people I cherish. I have never had need to use it, but I know a lot of people who have, which is why I will continue to support it. For as long as I can. So yeah, thank you. That's that's. I often find with fundraising, it is often the getting over that hurdle, that first sort of 10% hurdle, that often makes things feel like things are happening. I get paid in about 10 hours, not even that. It's 20 past 4 now, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, about 8 hours. I will obviously be throwing some moolah into that because, let's see how much we can do. Like I have ideas for what I want to do if we reach that 250 goal. Oh, I'm... Oh God, I could not imagine being in a kitchen during the heat wave. That's ugh. Yeah, I am mostly glad that I did not have much to do last week. So it was mostly just stay indoors, stay hydrated. I had a couple meetings to go to, but mostly I now need to check. Oh, 1 second. I'm getting a... Never mind, I'm not getting a call. I was like, ooh, I have to mute. Okay, so it is the arm bits up high. Good, I didn't fuck things up. Again. I didn't say that. I mean, whether it's for a good cause or not, it's, that's, I'll put my hands up. That's more than I can afford right now. Like I say, I get paid in a matter of hours, but even then, that's 30 quid that otherwise would have gone on your own survival and well-being, or just, I guess, hobbies and things like that are survival and well-being, because you need hobbies to survive, because otherwise you're going to go stir crazy. I cannot begin to express how grateful I am. In fact, one thing I do want to do with this is... Where are you? There you are. Clear the dust off it. I acquired this at Salute. I will hold it up to the camera. I think that should do it. The event exclusive mini for the Ghost in the Shell TTRPG. I'm going to give this away. Anyone who donates is entered. That's it. Like, I'll give this away if I've got, I might think of other things to give away as the month goes on. 1 second. Don't know what that was. I sincerely hope that was on a bit of plastic. God knows there's enough microplastics in my body as it is. Okay, 1 hour and 56. So yeah, as I was saying before, something stung in my throat. A bit of plastic or a bug. Giving this away, all you have to do is... I'm not even going to say donate. Just take a screenshot of the Just Giving page and tag Ready Aim Roll on Instagram or any other place, really. Because, A, it encourages people to donate. I'm not blind to how these things work, even though I am physically blind. But also, like, I'm not going to use this. I've got no use for it. It's a little bit... It's wrong scale for what I do. It's a cool mini, but... yeah. I will be making a more full video talking about that. I don't know. Other side of the weekend, probably. Because my brain's a bit... ugh. My brain's in places. What am I looking for? 74... No. 5 and 80. I keep closing that. And I don't need to. My thoughts on the 11th edition box set. I'm excited for it. I think a lot of my excitement comes from the excitement other people have for it. And it's just, I think new editions are always interesting. I can understand a lot of people are frustrated with Games Workshop as a company. Their choices, like, shit. John Blanche has passed away, and Games Workshop have said so far jack and shit about it, which I think sucks, given how much he gave to that company, how much he did for this hobby, and they haven't, not a peep. But yeah, I'm excited. I think so far from what we've seen, the rules are interesting. I think it's a fucking shame that we already know there's going to be a day one FAQ and errata. Gone are the days now where you can buy a tabletop game like Warhammer and have it be a timeless product. Back in the day, you could buy I think right up to say I'd say 8th or even ninth edition, you could buy those games and everything was there. You could play them without having to worry about downloading anything or keeping up with FAQs or whatever else. And now we've got to deal with stuff that wasn't in the rulebook that should have been in the rulebook because they had a deadline to meet for their investors and shareholders. And I think that's fucking disgraceful. I think the customer should come first and foremost. But, you know, that's just me. I am a filthy casual who is just here for the plastic crack. Will I be buying the box? Yes, I'll be buying the box. Of course I will. Because it's I've got a Space Marine army. My flatmate has a Orc army. I will be giving all the Orcs away to him. Because, you know, as much as I could start a new army, I'm already starting a new army. Like, you know, this is my Orcs for this edition. This is my other non-Space Marine army for this edition. Oh, I'm starting to press on my ears a little bit. Yeah. I think what they're doing with the narrative side of things looks interesting. I am reserving full judgment until I have it in my hands, because I think that's just sensible. So many people are, you know, foaming at the mouth because it's apparently not quite what they want, even though we haven't got all the information yet. And we won't have all the information yet until, realistically, we won't have all the information on how this edition plays and feels for another 6 months. I don't think you can fully gauge what an edition's going to be like until at least the 2 starter set army codexes are out. Obviously this year, this edition being Space Marines and Codex. Space Marines and Codex? Space Marines and Orcs. Once again, I am sleep deprived and have been doing at least for my particular body quite strenuous activity for nearly, actually, over 2 hours now. So, actually, no, it's not over 2 hours, because I was on the starting scene screen for about 10 minutes, because, you know, sharing out. Things. What have I got wrong here? So, $80. Let me guess, I've clicked out the wrong bit. Indeed, I have. Oh, they released a post. Okay, that's good. I will say I have not looked that much. Like maybe I was a little bit hasty on that. I will. That's good to hear. At least yeah, okay, cool. They have sadness will learn the passing. Yeah, artistic powerhouse. I think people like John Blanche are why artists not only should be credited, but need to be credited. Like, yeah, because the books were out of date before they got. Yeah, like 40k is not the game I play the most anymore. I I thoroughly enjoy it. Like as of Christmas 2026, I will have been in this hobby for, well, actually not really even Christmas 2026. As of like September this year, I will have been in this hobby for 20 years. So my school library, I don't know how many times on this channel I have mentioned this already. Um, though actually, I think in terms of live, this might be. No, actually, I put out the Farsight Cadre unboxing. I think I mentioned it in that, but I've been mentioning that I've been in this hobby a long time, a lot of the last couple weeks, and I'll probably be doing a lot more of it. But like 40k is very much a game I mostly just play with good friends now. Like people I can mostly trust to, not do scummy tactics on the table with. Stuff like not using ChatGPT to write their lists. Hey, that one person I had a game with a while back. If I'd known you'd done that, I would have said, hey, we're calling the game here. I do not condone that sort of fuck shittery. It is scum behaviour. You could have just asked Reddit or Twitter. God forbid you ask Twitter anything nowadays, though. Absolute cesspit. But yeah. Yeah, I am. I can simmer the fuck down on my stance on Games Workshop not saying anything about John Blanche. That's nice. Come on. I'm so confused. They are. They are. Okay, so they are just weirdly angled like that. That's. God, that looks kind of Gross. I guess that's a thing. Yeah, I mean, I remember the first time I really went, oh, they really dropped the ball on this as far as day one erratas is concerned, is the Votan release. That was fucking something. I think partly because it was the first time it affected me directly as someone who was hyped for that army to be released. It's like, oh, that's odd. I don't think I'd ever witnessed that sort of thing in Warhammer quite to that extent before. Because I mostly stick to the casual narrative side of things, I guess you could say. Like I'm much more, I'm here to roll dice and have a laugh. I'm not I've at least I think I've mellowed on my opinion of people who play competitively. There was a point not too long ago where I thought everyone who played 40k or any tabletop game and took it that seriously was a mug. And now I've sort of realised that, some people do it because they're busy the rest of the month or year. Some people might only get to play on those tournament days, so just say sod it, or I'll, get deep in the source for a day or two and just, hang out with these sweats, as it were. Which is fine. There's still definitely part of me that's just like, more and more of my hair is coming loose. over there for now. Ugh. Okay, cool. These headphones are really starting to squeeze my ears a bit. So I might finish off the torso. By that I mean these weird shoulder segments. I might just call it there for the day. There we go. What I might also do is bite the bullet and upgrade to a Pro Streamlabs account so I can stream on Twitch again as well as YouTube. I might actually, as much as I detest Twitch as a platform, I might have a go at streaming on Twitch just for one day. Because I do not like Amazon as a company or Twitch as a platform. I'm going to switch to the other side of the blade. It won't scar plastic as much. It will also make less of a horrible noise. Yep, that's that's always. I feel like that's always my brain's sign to wind things down when I can't think of anything to say. Saying that it's often hard to focus on other things when you have sharp objects in your hand. Oh, excuse me. That was definitely a lot of very fine plastic dust that I definitely just breathed in. Hoorah! There we go. Do it that way instead. And waboosh. There we are. Whew. That is, I think, about 75% of the Riptide assembled. Quite impressed with that. That is a big fella. Yeah. I think having been going for 2.5 hours now, 2 hours and 20 minutes, not including the preamble to send links to places, I'm going to call it there. Ugh. Thank you for watching. Yeah. This was a good one. This was a good one. I got a lot done. Had a good chin wag. Like I say, the next one I might try and do on Twitch. Because I think Twitch is better at sending your live stuff out. YouTube just isn't. Which is annoying because YouTube is the main platform we stream on. I say we, it is 90% me on this channel now. I still like to say we because it started out as a project between friends, and occasionally it still is. Anyway, thank you for watching. Castellan, thank you for being the first person to donate. Yeah. See you in the next one. As ever, take care of yourself. Take care of each other.